Hi there, this is a how-to for styling 106, which is one of my most popular sets of styles, which are the rubber styles, and I love these so much. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how I work with them. Now, I'm just going to start, since we're close to Valentine's Day, I'm going to make like a Valentine type element. So I'm going to be using my shape tool to create a heart. I just gotta, here's one. Oh, and this document here is a 3 by 3 inch, just for reference. So here we go, we have our little heart. So I'm going to start off with how I would build the element. So next I'm going to have a little banner going across. I'm going to make that one a tealy color. So I'm just going to go to one of my banner shapes. I think this one's for Miss Tina. I'm going to make that like a tealy color, like that. There, like that. I'm going to put that right here. Probably going to change it a little bit. So I know you're like, I don't want to watch you make something, but it'll all make sense in a second. And for the text, we'll put the word loved. I'm going to use, this is font Lulo. It's kind of a big, thick font. It works pretty nicely, or it should work fairly nicely. Yeah, just like that. All right, so I'm getting everything centered real quick. Looks pretty good. Okay, so I want to turn this into a little rubber element. I'm going to scale it down a bit because this is making it about 1 1/4 wide. Now I've gone ahead and I've loaded up my styles here. They're right here. I'm going to zoom in a bit. Now there's several different styles. Some use different lighting or blending modes. For example, this one uses, I believe, linear light for the edging there. One of them, I think, uses linear burn. This one has a bit thicker, as you see. They're all a little different. So this one, these two here, there's one called, sorry, my rubber text. There's a 1 and 2. Now this has a shadow already on it, so I'm going to use that for the word loved. Oops, this one. Now this one also, the second one uses, I believe, linear light, which isn't going to work well with white. That's why we have two options there. So for the first one here, I'm going to go ahead and use a thicker, that one. I'm going to go ahead and use the same one, I think, for this part here. What do you think? Maybe it's a bit too thick. I think that looks a little bit better. Now, if I'm unhappy with how deep the text looks, I'm just going to double click on the layer. I'll go to inner shadow, and I'm just going to decrease the distance a little bit so it's not quite so big. Just like that. And that's how I create elements using this set. Kind of grouping them together. Now let's say I want to add a shadow to this part so it looks a little more a part of it. What I would do is duplicate the layer. On the one underneath, I'm going to turn off any effect. I'm going to go ahead and clip it, so Control G or Control Alt G to the layer and like to the heart where the shadow is going to be, and then I would just add a shadow to it. That's a bit intense, I think, for the shadow. This one's a little more subtle. I like how that looks, so I think that looks pretty. I'm going to move the loved up a little bit so it looks more centered, just like that. And there we have it. This would be a completed element, so I would just select these, maybe simplify the layer or rasterize the layer style just in case, merge the layers together, and we have a brand new little element, just like that. Now, to show you one of the other styles used in this, because one was like an like embossed. One of the other styles is an emboss, as I was saying, and you would just apply that to the text. That's a color burn. This one's using a a linear burn. They look slightly different depending on the color of the layer underneath it. So if you wanted to use that, you could. You could even use that in conjunction with the, like that's doubling it. You could also use it with the little text layer. You just have to make sure you increase your fill again. So I'm going to take off the drop shadow like that. Decrease the inner shadow again on this one. And that one, it looks just a little bit different, more like it's pressed in. So there we go. I hope this has been somewhat helpful. There's an action that goes along with it. You don't have to use the action. The action, all it does is it smooths sharp corners. And that's it. Which is actually pretty useful outside of the, the styles as well. But yeah, so that's it. If you have any more questions, please let me know and have a great day. Bye-bye.